Hello, everybody. This is Paul Neeson, your health watchman, and I am sitting here in my yard, and I so want to have the camera facing my yard right now because there's so much stuff growing in my yard. I just planted 38 fruit trees, and I'm getting a couple of more today. But it's so sunny, and you would not see me. You would just see my shadow if I have it pointed that way. So I had to turn it around here, and I have a shaded area so you can see me better. But I want to talk today. I've been eating a raw food diet now for around 20 years, a raw vegan diet, pretty much for 20 years. And I see a lot of people online asking questions or suggesting things about what foods are the best and what foods are not the best and what are the best superfoods, what foods do we need, what foods don't we need. And I feel it's my responsibility as a health watchman and also as somebody who's been doing this for a long time to give people a warning. And I don't want to make it sound like a warning or something immediately is going to happen, but something that you can be suffer from if you don't take this seriously. From my experience of eating a healthy diet for the last 20 years and seeing what's going on now in the world and seeing what's going on now with our food and everything else, it is not possible to get all the nutrients we need from any type of diet out there today, including a raw food diet or a raw vegan diet. And some people might find that hard to believe. Some people might say, well, then why are you on a raw food diet? I didn't say it's impossible to get it only from a raw food diet. I said it's impossible to get it from any diet, from food alone. Because the food today is so depleted. Even food you're buying from a health food store is so depleted. It doesn't have everything your body needs in it, the nutrients-wise, for you to be healthy. So what are we to do? If none of the diets out there works, what can we do? Well, you have two choices. And I actually suggest both. One of them is to take a blood test, find out what nutrients you're not getting, and take supplements. But a better choice is to give your body the best food possible so the amount of supplements you need can be greatly reduced. And that's where I think superfoods come in. Superfoods are foods that are specifically made or grown to focus on certain nutrients that our body needs. For example, let's say vitamin C, for example. Did you know a cherry, a particular cherry, Barbados cherry, some people know it as acerola cherry, has a tremendous amount of vitamin C. So if those weren't in your diet, your vitamin C deficiency might be a lot more than if you had those in your diet. Now, even if you have those in your diet, if you're buying those from the store or somebody you don't know, chances are you're not getting the best quality vitamin C you could for your body. Now, what if you were growing that cherry yourself? Now, if you don't have the opportunity to grow it, sure, you want to buy it or purchase it somewhere else. It's better than not getting it all. But what if you were able to grow it yourself and you had that handy for yourself? You know, the greens you get from your local supermarket, even your health food store, might be wonderful because they're greens, even if they're raw greens, organic greens, even better. But what if you were growing it yourself and you knew exactly what type of fertilizer was being used, what type of soil was being used, the season, and what sprays were being used or not being used, and all this information? And you are able to confirm all of this by looking at your blood work and seeing, hey, when I don't eat this food or I'm eating lower quality food, I have more deficiencies and so on. Yes, folks, from what I've seen, it's not possible to get all the nutrients our body needs to thrive from a diet alone. However, we have to do our best to give our bodies the highest quality food possible. And I see the only way we can do that today is to grow our own food. And you might be living like I grew up in New York City in an apartment thinking there's no way I can grow my own foods. Yes, you can grow sprouts. You can grow things indoors. Even if you're in a colder environment, I know people that live in colder environments, they have wonderful gardens. You can grow your own food and be successful at it. It's not as difficult as you think. So there are many items out there that could help you grow food, even your own apartment, if need be. But if you have land or if you had a backyard, even a small patio, you should be growing food, whether it's fruit trees or whether it's your greens that you eat in your salad and so on. Another benefit on top of all of this is the tremendous economical benefit of you growing your own food. I mean, I'm growing some chard and kale and some other greens in my house. Collards, the major green I grow here in Florida in this season at my house. I don't know the last time I needed to buy greens for my salad because I'm getting it in abundance in just a small part of my garden. So why is this important? Well, I know a lot of people that are sick, a lot of people that are diseased, a lot of people that have deficiencies, but I know a lot of people that are healthy and they want to stay healthy, including myself. And like I said, the only way I can see doing that is to make sure I know where at least some of my food is grown and supplying it to myself. So it's so important to do that. But I know a lot of you might have reservations about if that's the right word or not, I don't know. But I grew up in New York City, folks, and the last thing we think about is growing our own food. And a lot of you might have doubts about it or questions about it. And I want to announce there's a summit happening April 4th to April 11th. And my friend John Kohler, who I've had as a guest on this show many times, along with many other experts or people that have been growing their own food for a long time, are going to be part of. I'm putting the link below the video. I want you to check it out. It's a free event, and it's all questions about why you are insane if you're not considering or actually growing your own food. And you might not realize a lot of the things that are going on with the food you buy in the store, but once you do, it's not to scare you, but it's to let you know that, hey, you're eating healthy and you're living healthy for a reason. And that reason is because you want to be healthy. And it just doesn't make sense that you would go and spend your money on food, exclusively on food, that doesn't have all the nutrients your body needs. Again, if you're stuck in that situation, you definitely need to make sure you're taking supplements. But those supplements can add up and they can be a good amount of money. Our Creator designed our body to eat food and live perfectly healthy and get all we need from the food. But man has destroyed the soil. They've destroyed many of the air and the pollution and everything else, and this is creating a big problem. I just got some land here. You can look at some other videos on my website. I'm planting a bunch of fruit trees. I have a small garden at my house. And again, I'm not able at this moment to, and it's my goal to one day have 100% of my diet from food I've grown personally. But because I travel or because certain things I can't grow in certain seasons, I can't do that at the moment. But I'm going to do the best I can do. And that's my advice out there to everyone. And you can at least repay your body back with the world's greatest superfoods. And that would be food you're growing in your yard. I don't care what type of food it is. If you're growing the food yourself, it's better than anything else out there that you can buy. So that is the true superfood of this world. Well, how do you learn how to do this? Click on the link below the video from April 4th to April 11th or 12th, I believe it is. And you can learn a tremendous amount of information about growing your own food. It's the Homegrown Grow Your Food Summit. It's just really going to be a great thing. And this is the world's best superfood. So this is why I want people to learn about how to do this. Even if you're growing one little plant, it's going to be the true superfood in your life. And that can make a big difference. So, folks, click below the link here. And I would turn my camera around, but I'm going to put a link up here to my trees that I'm growing here in my yard. Just click on this link and you'll see that. But if you you can't imagine. I mean, the first time I've ever had my own fresh fruit right from the tree was just an amazing experience. But I was 20 years old. Yes, for 20 years, I had never tasted a fruit right off the tree. But when I was 20 years old, I did. And not only did I get addicted to the taste, but the feeling and the health benefits and everything else. A lot of people selling a whole bunch of powders and berries and all these other things that are called superfoods that come from halfway around the world. You don't even know where they're grown. Well, you can have the best superfoods in your life by growing them right in your own backyard. So please, please post your comments below the video about food that you've grown or you're growing or any other questions you might have about this. But click on a link for this free homegrown backyard or front yard or patio seminar with many speakers, including John Kohler from Growing Your Greens and many other wonderful speakers. And be like me, say, if it's free, it's for me. And join up. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for checking us out. Grow your own food. Have a great day and a great raw life.